A very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 and I'm Rakshita Mishra with you. After the big Malegaon verdict, big revelations are being made by a former ATS officer about the alleged plot to target RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat and Yogi Adityanath. Sensational claims have been made. Story number 2 will be on Trump's bullying tactics that continue, but India sets the record straight that it will protect India's interests come what may. Meanwhile, revelation has been made in the Dharmasala mass burial case. We'll get you a reporter from Ground Zero. Story number 4 is Rahul Gandhi threatening the Election Commission of India. Whenever there is an election approaching, viewers, we see Rahul Gandhi making allegations on EC, but this time he has openly threatened the EC officials. Poll panel has hit back as well. Story number 5, viewers. The face-off over CISF being deployed in the parliament has become another point of contention between the Congress and the centre. Story number 6 is H.T. Devegowda's grandson and former JDS MP Pajwal Revanna being found guilty of rape in 14 months of the trial. We'll get you more details on that, viewers. But first, the top story that we're tracking for you. UPA government's Saffron Terror theory has gotten busted after all 7 accused acquitted by the NIA Sessions Court in Malegaon blast case. The court declared that the prosecution had failed to establish its case beyond reasonable doubt, closing one of India's longest-running terror cases. Now, Mahmood Mujawar, former ATS officer, claims that he was punished by Parambir Singh for refusing to follow Saffron Terror's script in the Malegaon blast case. He alleges that Parambir Singh asked him to fabricate evidence and arrest Mohan Bhagwat, the Sarsang Chalak of the RSS. But he had refused to do so, which led to his suspension. Mujawar also goes on to accuse Parambir Singh of eliminating the witnesses and accused of individuals, including Karl Sangra and Sandeep Dange. He claims to have proof of these allegations as well. There are multiple reactions that have come in on that story.
कोई धर्म के आधार पे आतंकवाद नहीं होता है, ना हिंदू आतंकवाद होता है, ना इस्लामिक आतंकवाद होता है। हर धर्म प्रेम, सद्भाव, सत्य और अहिंसा का रूप है।
ये आतंकवाद का धर्म नहीं होता, वो तमाम कांग्रेसी नेता कहते हैं जब आतंकवादी हमला होता है ताकि वो अपने वोट बैंक को साध सके और तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति को आगे बढ़ा सके। कहते हैं आतंकवाद का धर्म तो नहीं होता है, कहना ही है तो आप कहो हिंदू आतंकी या सनातन आतंकी। वाह, आतंकवाद का धर्म नहीं होता, मगर हिंदू आतंकी और सनातन आतंकी कहो, कहना ही है।
And in fact, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has also criticized the Congress party, asserting that the Saffron term was a politically motivated narrative. Listen in.
आपको वो समय पता होगा कि जिस समय पूरी दुनिया में बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर आतंकवादी घटनाएं हो रही थी और एक प्रकार से इस्लामिक आतंकवाद ये दुनिया में चर्चा का विषय था और उसके चलते हमको जो वोट देने वाले लोग हैं इनमें गुस्सा निर्माण न हो या उनको ये लगे कि हम बैलेंस करते हैं, इसलिए ये हिंदू आतंकवाद की पूरी थियरी तैयार की गई, लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया।
Pujaniya Mohan Bhagwat ji in the matter, and that is a known conspiracy. And yesterday, the conspiracy has been exposed by the court. Many people are speaking, and I think many more people will speak because this was the worst kind of conspiracy heads by the Congress to defame RSS. Today, it has stand exposed, and many more exposure will come, I am sure, because the entire plan was to defame RSS, defend the Hindu religion, defame the Hindu society.
And in fact, we are being joined by a guest on the broadcast. We have Sanjeev Unyal, advocate from Supreme Court, also joining us. Mr. Unyal, thanks so much for joining us. And, you know, we've seen right after the Malegaon verdict, first, what the court has observed really exposed that how there was this conspiracy to implicate an army officer, to implicate a Sadhvi. And there was this Saffron Terror narrative that was being manufactured. And today, the former ATS has made a very, very big claim that the target was not just these people, and of course, Hindu Dharma, Sanat Dharma was the target. And one of the people who they wanted to target was the RSS Sarsangchalak and also Yogi Adityanath, who was an upcoming politician back then.
What happened yesterday was very historical. After 17 years of continuous struggle by the Hindus, 7 Hindus, and in my 30 years of career in criminal jurisprudence, I have never seen all the convicted persons has been acquitted by the Honorable Court of NIA Special Court. NIA Special Court is a different sort of court. Their evidences, cross-examinations, 323 evidences, witnesses, has taken place in the witness box, and after that all 7 has been acquitted, surprisingly, and the verdict given by the court has been totally correlated with what happened today, what you were saying right now. The yesterday in judgments also I was going through that FIR comes under, as far as BNS is concerned, previously it was in IPC 154(4). FIR counts. The ingredients of FIR presently in BNS 173 section, it implicates certain ingredients. What are the ingredients? Who is the person against whom you are lodging an FIR? What is the material you have found? On what weapons, equipments, materials you have been used? Moreover, the height of the conspiracy was that the bike of Sadhvi Ritambra was not matching. The engine number, the chassis number, the registration number are entirely different. So it is, I think it's very painful. Yes, you are doing a conspiracy, and that has been governed, that has been conspirated by the top officials of that one of the biggest country of the all list. As far as history is concerned, Congress is the biggest country, biggest party, political party. And all the top political leaders, Chidambaram, Shinde, Sonia Gandhi, they were involved in it. And the FIR, I have told you, and moreover, the forensic reports has been the mixture of lot of fabricated, concocted, vexatious evidences. So it was height. Now the expose of Hindu terrorism has been done by the Honorable NIA Court. So that is their pain.
Yes, sir.
You have not made a culprit to BJP, to RSS, but 100 crores Hindus. This is very shameful on the part of Congress.
Right, sir. Mr. Unial, thank you so much for joining us on Republic TV with your reaction and what your stand on this matter. Viewers, now we shift our focus to Trump's tariff tactics. US President Donald Trump has stirred yet another storm as he signed an executive order that set new tariffs on a wide swath of US trading partners. Now, the White House announced that these high duties would go into effect on the August 7th of August, which will mark the next test for the global economy and the steadiness of the American alliances. In fact, viewers, we are talking about India in particular in this story, what we're getting to you, how he's continuing to, in fact, target India. 25% for India, much higher for Canada and Brazil, of course. Meanwhile, you also have Rubio, US State Secretary, making big claims that Russia-India oil deal is a point of irritation. We told you that yesterday. That's really frustrating for Donald Trump when they see the trade ties between Russia and India, viewers. Now, the Indian government has expressed concerns about the impact on its economy, trade relations, talking about, viewers, the self-interest that is on priority of the government of India. That has been made clear by Piyush Goyal as well. And our sources tell us that there's not much deep effects on the economy as far as Trump's tariffs are concerned. And in the latest, we also have a reaction from the Ministry of External Affairs.
हम अपने राष्ट्रीय हितों को सुरक्षित करने और आगे बढ़ाने के लिए सभी आवश्यक कदम उठाएंगे। मात्र एक दशक से भी कम समय में भारत फ्रैजाइल 5 अर्थव्यवस्थाओं में से निकलकर दुनिया की सबसे तेजी से बढ़ती प्रमुख अर्थव्यवस्था बन गया है। हम अपने रिफॉर्म्स और अपने किसानों, एमएसएमई और उद्यमियों की कड़ी मेहनत के बल पर 11वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था से शीर्ष 5 अर्थव्यवस्थाओं में से एक बन गए हैं। यह भी अपेक्षित है कि हम कुछ ही वर्षों में तीसरी सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बन जाएंगे। आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संस्थाएं और अर्थशास्त्री भारत को वैश्विक अर्थव्यवस्था में एक ब्राइट स्पॉट के रूप में देखते हैं। भारत वैश्विक विकास में लगभग 16% का योगदान दे रहा है।
All right, we have Ved Jain, who's a market expert, joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Jain, how do you see what Trump is doing? If I would just straight away ask you, because he has called Russia, India dead economies. And then he also, of course, goes on to levy further tariffs, bigger tariffs on some other countries like Canada as well. India maintains right now that it is not going to be affected much, and India will protect its own self-interests, its own farmers first. How do you see all this?
I believe these are the part of the some pressure tactics being used to on the ongoing negotiation. See, the issue is that India and US are engaged for the last 2 months on the trade talks, and discussions are moving, I think, quite positively. There are some issues on which India can't compromise, particularly agriculture produce, which US is pushing India to allow import at a concessional tariff and duty, which India is not in a position, looking to the fact that India is predominantly an agriculture farmers, their interest has to be taken care of. We had a long agitation of more than 2 years way back in 1920, 21 on that issue. So these are a larger issue. And what Mr. Donald Trump is saying, you would see that in the last 1 month, left and right, he has been making statements, one after the other. And on he said Liberation Day, on that day he made a major announcement, putting a very hefty tariff on different countries. And then he went back and he said, we are postponing it till particular day. Then he further extended the day. Then he had pressurized Japan, EU, even UK. Though they have entered into some agreement with the EU now and UK also. But I believe the way Indian discussions are going on, this is a passing phase, and probably the things will settle down and some way middle path will be worked out. And whatever he has said and he has been saying, not only on this issue and other issues, we should not take it that seriously. But Indian economy, as the Honorable Commerce Minister was saying in the Parliament, it's quite reasonably strong. We are I think, one of the fastest growing economy in the world. Even the growth rate is much better as compared to China. So there is no reason to worry about it. And this is only a temporary phase, I will say transitional phase, and things will pass it on. And you see, as India has to see its overall interest, India cannot be looking into what India-US relation is. Our relation with Russia goes long time back since independence. And that country has supported us like anything in difficult times. So we can't grow that relationship, that friendship that we enjoy with Russia. And at the same time, economic interest also does not allow us to that we should not do trade with Russia. And more, I see more. The Europe is buying the energy from the Russia even as of today. So now whatever the petroleum product we are buying, and those are being exported to the Europe only. That's a issue. You can't say that Europe is not buying that product also. So I think the whole purpose of Mr. Donald Trump making such type of statement, I believe, some of the statements are, of course, not in good taste. The word which he has used, the debt economy or something like this. Nobody can say today Indian economy, debt economy, we're the fastest growing economy. Where our economy is debt economy? That's a larger issue. But as I said, Donald Trump is in the habit of making such statements, so should not get carried away by the word which he is using.
Absolutely. Of course, India stands unfazed right now. Thank you so much, Mr. Jain, for joining us on Republic TV with your thoughts on that, viewers. Now, shift our focus to other stories that we have been tracking for you. This is a significant breakthrough in the mass burial investigation that's going on in Karnataka's Dharmasala. Partial skeletal remains have been found at site number 6 during the exhumation process, marking the first site to yield such evidence innocent case currently under investigation. And according to police sources, the skeletal remains are most likely that of a male. The skeletal remains, learned to be that of a man, have been found at the 6th site.
ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ವಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ತಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಹೇಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕಾನೂನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ವಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಭಾವನೆಗಳು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾಗೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ತಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಹೇಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕಾನೂನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ.
And Rahul Gandhi has now promised annihilation of Election Commission of India. He reiterated the fact that he possesses open and shut proof against the Election Commission and is involved, that it's involved in vote theft. And he also warned the ECI, saying that he will not spare anyone over there. Meanwhile, Kiran Rijiju, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, has also hit back viewers. This is not the first time. Remember, Rahul Gandhi is threatening a constitutional organization. He says this is a huge conspiracy to weaken our democracy. And remember, such rants come in, such allegations come in each and every time there is an election that is approaching. Here's more.
हमारे पास ओपन एंड शट प्रूफ है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन वोट चोरी में इन्वॉल्व है, और मैं लाइटली नहीं बोल रहा हूं, मैं 100% प्रूफ के साथ बोल रहा हूं. ठीक है, और आप सबको पता लग जाएगा जैसे ही हमने ये रिलीज किया, पूरे देश को पता लग जाएगा कि इलेक्शन कमीशन वोटर चोरी करा रहा है. किसके लिए करा रहा है? किसके लिए करा रहा है? बीजेपी के लिए करा रहा है. ओपन एंड शट है, नो क्वेश्चन.
राहुल गांधी जी ने देश का खिलाफ जो बार बार बयान दे रहे हैं, ये सिर्फ सरकार ही नहीं, विपक्ष के कई सदस्यों ने भी कहा है कि ये ठीक नहीं है. राहुल गांधी जिस तरीके से भारत विरोधी भाषा बोलते हैं, उसका विरोध ऑपोजिशन पार्टी भी कर रहे हैं. ऑपोजिशन पार्टी के कई सीनियर सदस्य ने भी कहा है कि भारत के इकोनॉमी, भारत का छवि को इस तरीके से दबा के कोई बात नहीं कर सकता है. भारत सबसे तेजी से आगे बढ़ने वाला अर्थव्यवस्था बनके आज खड़ा है. फिर भारत का छवि को धूमिल करने के लिए जो बात बोल रहा है, इसको मैं ही नहीं, सरकार ही नहीं, ऑपोजिशन पार्टी के भी जो प्रमुख लोग हैं, सब इसको खंडन कर रहे हैं. तो राहुल गांधी जी को समझ में आना चाहिए कि अभी वो छोटा बच्चा नहीं है. देश का मान सम्मान, देश का छवि कायम रहे, ये जिम्मेदारी हर हिंदुस्तानी को होना चाहिए. इतना तो समझ नेता प्रतिपक्ष को होना जरूरी है.
Former President and Rajya Sabha LOP Mallikarjun Kharge, on behalf of all opposition parties, wrote to the Rajya Sabha's Deputy Chairperson expressing concerns over the presence of CISF personnel in the House. Now, Jairam Ramesh shared Kharge's letter on social media, insinuating a takeover of the chamber by CISF personnel. Now, Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Kiran Rijiju defended the deployment of the personnel, saying that it was done at the request of parliamentarians to increase security.
एमपीज को बोलने के लिए कोई रोक नहीं सकते हैं, लेकिन एक एमपी दूसरे एमपी को जाकर के रोक नहीं सकते हैं. सब एमपीज का अपना अपना राइट होते हैं, तो उसी के तहत में काम करें. और एमपीज को कोई फिजिकली, जब तक वो ऐसा गलत व्यवहार ना करे, किसी एमपी को कोई मार्शल, कोई हमारा सिक्योरिटी के लोग एमपी को नहीं पकड़ेंगे. ये तो सब जानते हैं, उनका प्रिविलेज है. हम इसका जानकारी पूरा लेंगे, लेकिन जितना मुझे मालूम है, वो राज्यसभा सेक्रेटरीट ने बताया कि कुछ एमपीज बहुत ही एग्रेसिवली उछल कूद करके बहुत आगे आ गए, तो उसको रोकने के लिए कुछ व्यवस्था किया है. इतना ही बताया. एमपी को बोलने से रोकने के लिए कुछ किया नहीं है और ना कर सकता है.
Former JDS MP Rahul has been now convicted by the special court in a rape case filed against him by his domestic help in Karnataka. Remember, the verdict has been delivered after 14 months. After 14 months, the case was registered. He was accused of raping the complainant and recording the act on video. The court is scheduled to pronounce the quantum of punishment tomorrow. Rahul was seen visibly emotional in court. He broke down and was seen crying as he left the courtroom after the verdict.
Yes, Honorable MP MLA Special Court convicted ExMP Prajwal Revanna. Here in this case, we have examined 26 witnesses on behalf of the prosecution, though I was cited more than 100 witnesses, and we have got marked 180 documents in favor of the prosecution. Defense also got marked 2 documents, D1 and D2. That's all. And main evidence is of the victim lady. That is very, very much convincing one. Hence, I think much importance was naturally goes to the evidence. I think this is one of the recent cases. Very fast trial has been taken consideration and disposed. 38 adjournments, including argument dates.
And that's all we could pack in this edition of 6 Stories at 6. We'll be right back with more breaking news.